What makes this even worse is that when she was asked about it in an interview, McCarthy admitted to what she did. She even joked about it, calling it cougar grape.
How have you been enjoying the night so far?
Great. I just got to neck Justin Bieber and grab his butt. I want some Bieber fever. And I want a Bieber rash.
I want it all.
It'd be like cougar rape.
What? Oh no, you could, bro. I'm gonna tell y'all right now. You could not say this in the Big 25. You shouldn't be able to say this ever, but you cannot say this in the Big 25. This is the this would be the fastest speed run method strat on getting canceled. This right here would be it. This would be the one. I ain't gonna lie. What's going on for the bros and the lover babes? What's shaking? You saw title and thumbnail. Yes, we are talking about him himself. We are Mr. P. Diddy Dizzler. Mr. P. Diddy Dizzler, Mr. P. Slip and Slide. I ain't gonna lie. And Justin Bieber. Because if you don't know, back in the day, yo, there was a bunch of clips and Johns going around. But like, even still, back in the day, yo, Diddy had this joint called the Puffy Flavor Camp. Ridiculous. Heads like Usher went to that joint, you know what I'm saying? Heads like Justin Bieber popped out. And obviously Justin Bieber being one of the main heads I was with Diddy, he was with him twice. And if you ain't seen the clips, there was one clip where he was like, yeah, bro, it's about to be 48 hours with Diddy. He's not like, you know what I'm saying, like, you know what I'm saying, my son, but I got legal guardianship over for the next 2 days. And all this joint was going down, bro. And then there was another clip where like, yo, they had reunited together, Justin Bieber and Diddy. And like, yo, Diddy was saying like, yo, why'd you call me or no John like that? Hit me up. And you could clearly see, yo, Justin Bieber over there like, like this fool looking panicked and all that. You already know the Dizzler already had stuff going down. I don't know what he was doing to Justin over in the Puffy Flavor Camp, bro. That, nah. Definitely not. I'm out here dying. Hey, Sean, just thinking about it already got me new. But y'all already know what it is. Of course, we about to go into it and see what was going on within more of the context of that situation with Diddy and Justin Bieber. So, without further ado, baby, let's get right into it. Yo, shout out Blackie Speaks. Watch him before on the page. Good content creator. Making a good vids out here. You already know what it is. We got Diddy and Justin Bieber. What did Diddy do to him? Of course, you want to watch OG vid? Down in the description. First link. Go share the love. You already know what it is, baby. Let's get right into it. Ha! We gotta see what the Diddler done did to Justin Bieber.
Right now, he's having 48 hours with Diddy, him and his boy.
Diddy's the clip I was talking about. Yeah.
They're having the times of their lives, like where we hanging out and what we doing. We can't really disclose, but it's definitely a 15-year-old's dream.
Nah, I'm off that.
It's definitely a 15-year-old's dream.
Nah.
What do you mean by that, sir? Why exactly was Diddy, one of the most powerful men in music, spending 2 days with a 15-year-old Justin Bieber? And why couldn't they talk about what they were doing? Those are some very good questions, and the more you look into it, the weirder it gets. See, Diddy is no stranger to questionable relationships, and today he's at the center of multiple lawsuits and shocking accusations. People have dissected his connections to countless celebrities over the years, but what's rarely discussed is the relationship he built with a teenage Justin Bieber. Pop star Justin Bieber has been in the spotlight since he was a teenager. His rise to fame started in 2008 when music manager Scooter Braun discovered him on YouTube at just 13 years old.
And I know this much is true, baby, you have become my addiction.
Yeah, nah, this fool could sing. You already knew what it was. What was the one song, Baby?
That
joint is nuclear.
Baby, you.
Recognizing his raw talent, Scooter Braun brought a 14-year-old Justin Bieber to Atlanta, where he eventually met Usher. Together, Scooter Braun and Usher created a joint venture record label and officially signed Justin Bieber.
Nah, see, this is just industry Hollywood shit. Nah, I stand far away from this. I'm saying
he's always
far
kidding
away
around
from this.
as he is right now. And that was the beginning of history. Is that right?
What? Yeah. Yes.
Justin Bieber and Usher quickly built a strong bond. Usher took Justin under his wing, helping guide his career as he transitioned from an internet sensation to a global star. By 2010, Justin Bieber's career skyrocketed, selling out stadiums, topping charts, and becoming one of the biggest pop stars in the world.
Literally, like, this fool literally became a global icon for, like, teenage girls, girly pops, you know what I'm saying, all over the world.
Very young age. But while most people remember his swift rise, what often goes overlooked is who he was surrounded by in those early years. And that's where Diddy comes into the equation. See, most of the adults around Justin Bieber at the time were directly connected to his music career. Usher, for example, wasn't just a mentor. He was someone who gave Bieber a blueprint for navigating the industry, helping him transition from a viral sensation to a polished artist. But as far as Diddy's involvement, well, that was a little different. The moment Diddy found out about Justin Bieber, he took a keen interest in him, unlike Usher, who mentored Bieber from a musical standpoint. Diddy's fascination seemed a little extra. It wasn't just about the music.
A little extra, you say? I think it was quite a lot extra. I ain't gonna lie, for P. Diddy Dizzler.
It was about access, influence, and something else that didn't quite fit the mold of a typical industry cosign. And to make it even more intriguing, Diddy promised Bieber something most 15-year-olds could only dream of: a white Lamborghini Aventador.
Yeah, so as soon as you turn 16, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna let you rock this every time you come to LA. Yeah, this gonna be yours. So every time you come to LA, it's a little dusty, but you know.
At the time of this video, Diddy was promoting his album Last Train
It's
to
like, yo, fuck what I want the Ferrari for, bro. That shit. See, that's what I'm saying. This materialistic shit. Like, don't get it twisted. We gotta put the boss in a 5 bath. You feel me? We gotta put the boss in a nice jump. But like, when it comes to like cars and all this shit, like, yo, there's even cars I want. Like, bro, my dream car, Tesla Model S, bro. I'm trying to get that shit blacked out. Had it. That's gonna be fire. That's gonna be like, bro, you want a Tesla? Yes, nigga, I want a Tesla. I'll be like, bro, nah, bro, you not getting a real car, my nigga. Is it you or me driving that shit? You feel me? Like, bro, you guys gotta stop playing. But they are vandalizing the shit out of Teslas now, so I don't know. But I ain't gonna hold you, niggas have to grow up, bro. They just done weird shit. Like, bro, I know Elon be doing dumbass shit, bro, but nigga, that don't mean you gotta destroy a nigga's car because of that shit. Like, trust. But even sidebarring that, like, yeah, all that materialistic shit, like, nah, bro. Like, especially at 15, niggas, well, niggas now would care about driving a Lambo at 15 because the way socials and shit work. But even when I was 15, nobody would give a fuck about that shit, bro. Like,
Paris, a project from his musical trio, Dirty Money, which included Diddy himself, Kalena Harper, and Don Richard. Because Justin at the time was rapidly rising in fame, a lot of people assumed Diddy's interest in him was just a promotional move, aligning himself with the hottest new star to stay relevant. But here's where things get interesting.
Yeah,
this wasn't the first time Diddy took a young singer under his wing.
Exactly.
Back in the 90s, Usher, as a teenager, actually lived with Diddy in New York while learning the music business.
I moved to New York City, and I lived with Sean Puffy Combs for a year.
You're a dad now. Would you ever send your kid to Puffy camp?
Hell no.
See? Hell nah. Nah, Usher. Don't think. Don't think we haven't been worried about you still. Usher, I need you to understand, when Diddy's trial really comes up, you are getting this subpoena, brother. You were still associated with Diddy, even though you know that there was some heinous shit going around in that flavor camp. You know some heinous Jones was going on hefty, bro, and you still were associated. I need to know what you know. Because you don't want your kid popping out to the Jones, so what do you know, Usher? I can't wait for your ass to get subpoenaed. I'm telling you.
And now, years later, history seemed to be repeating itself.
It was this
Except this time, the new teenage star was Justin Bieber. By early 2010, Diddy and Justin Bieber started appearing together more frequently at major music industry events. Their relationship seemed to grow over time, and most people didn't think much of it. After all, Diddy himself described their connection as just a friendship. About a year later, Justin and Diddy were seen together in the studio, where Diddy questioned why Bieber hadn't been reaching out
this clip, like, yo, he's like, yo, why have you been calling me and all that shit?
him lately. This was at the peak of Justin Bieber's
Yo, look at Justin Bieber throughout this whole clip.
initial success.
Just keep paying
What's up, man? You good?
I'm good. How are you?
All right, young brother, everything's good?
Everything's
Selling
great.
out arenas and everything? Starting to act different, huh?
No,
you ain't been calling me and hanging out the way we used to hang out.
You see this?
Well, I mean, you try to get in contact with me, through all my, partners and whatnot.
Yo, this is some bullshit. Bro, please stop, bro. Yo, Justin knows some job, bro. I'm trying to tell you, bro. He know this job, not it, bro. He feeling OD uncomfortable, bro. I'm trying to tell you, bro. P. Diddy Dizzler, bro. We have to get you out of here.
Nah, but you never really got my number, so.
But Diddy's involvement with Bieber went beyond just public appearances. He wasn't just co-signing the hottest new artist. He was bringing Justin into his personal world, and he made sure everyone knew just how much he valued their relationship.
In the industry-wise, the record industry is a strong family, and he's somebody that, you know, we definitely have our arms around, and we want to protect him because he's such genuinely a nice person besides his talent. You know what I'm saying? He's one of the greatest kids that you could ever know.
In an interview with Jimmy Kimmel from 2011, Diddy publicly praised Bieber, but the way he talked about him left people with more questions than answers. Diddy publicly...
I ain't gonna lie, like, hindsight for Justin Bieber, shit like this most looks so crazy, bro. Like, this fool Diddy is like a damn near an Arkham villain now.
Embraced Justin as one of the greatest kids you could ever know. But what exactly did he mean by that? Well, only P. Diddy knew. In this 2011 interview with Jimmy Kimmel, Diddy, while Bieber was still a teenager, jokingly stated that they didn't discuss what they do together behind the scenes on TV. But that wasn't all. He also mentioned that Bieber had access to his house, a statement that, in hindsight, raises even more questions.
This last time.
Yep, raise a lot more questions. Yo, what's in the closet?
The Lamborghini for a day or two, and he had access to the house, and he knows better than to be talking about the things that he does with Big Brother Puff on national television.
It was all laughter in the moment, but looking back, some people have started to question what Diddy really meant.
Oh, we're questioning. We're questioning.
Relationship continued to grow. Justin Bieber and Diddy were seen together more frequently. Then, in 2015, at the age of 21, Diddy allegedly gave Bieber his first shot of alcohol, an interaction that was caught on camera.
You're 21, man. 21 and we're having our first shot.
First shot with Diddy. Yeah, I would be thinking where it all went wrong.
Justin Bieber's first shot ever. Do not believe anything you hear. It's on the hell of a trick, which is big. You can't make it around.
Nah, Alk is so fucking ass. I'm sorry, Alk is so shit. I have to be honest, Alk is so shit. Like, if I had to choose, bro, I'm definitely going for the Gene before I go for Alk, bro. Like, I'm not gonna lie, and I even be having my favorite John, but like, bro. Oh no, don't do drugs though. Especially if you legit watching, don't do drugs. Don't drink. Definitely don't drink. This shit, nah, that shit is so mid. I'm sorry. Like hangovers and shit, nah, that shit is ass.
A year later, in March 2016, Diddy was still staying close to Justin. In a resurfaced video from his 22nd birthday, Diddy gave Bieber a Bad Boy Entertainment jacket. Justin kinda looked out of it, but he still smiled as he accepted a gift. In 2020, Justin Bieber sat down for a raw and emotional interview with Zane Lowe. He opened up about everything. His past,
75 million subs, holy shit.
Self, destructive behavior, the pressures of fame, and how his life had changed since marrying Haley Baldwin. But one moment in particular in this interview stood out. At one point, Justin Bieber broke down in tears talking about protecting...
Yo, the Haley, for the babes watching, I know the babes is always watching, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Love It Babes. Love you as always. Yo, for the babes watching, like, yo, did Haley Bieber ever make, like, a better, like, lip filler, John? Or, like, I forgot which thing she was doing, but, like, did she ever make a better version of that, John? Because I remember last time when we covered that, like, everybody was saying it was mid. That boy was, like... That boy was like 45, but that boy was realistically like a $2 piece of plastic. I was like, oh, never.
Billie Eilish. He reflected how hard it was being young in the music industry, how people claimed to love him, only to turn their backs in an instant. Yeah. He didn't want Billie Eilish to go through what he
I would
did.
never, like, if I was in the Hollywood scene, I would never believe anything coming out of anyone's mouth. Like, same way I treat Lala Sadi, like, nah, I would treat everybody in the Hollywood scene. I don't believe shit.
You want to be there for her, to make sure she didn't lose herself the way he almost did.
It was hard for me being that young and being in the industry and not knowing where to turn. And
Justin knew exactly what it was like to be young, famous, and surrounded by powerful people. He saw firsthand how certain relationships in the industry can shape your future, for better or worse. And now, years later, he was looking back at his own experience, hoping Billie Eilish doesn't end up in the same situations he did.
People take for granted encounters, and I just want to protect her, you know?
Oh, yeah, nah, he's going through that shit. And this is what happens, bro, too, when you're going through the industry shit. Like, bro, you gonna feel the remorse. You gonna feel all this type of junk. Like, nah, nothing is real. Everybody around me is worried about cheese and bread and it being more and more famous. No one actually gives a shit about what I'm going through in my heart. You know what I'm saying? No one has my best interest at heart. Like, bro.
I don't want her to go through anything I went through. I don't wish that upon anybody.
The moment was eye-opening. Justin has been famous since he was a kid, constantly surrounded by adults, including P. Diddy. Maybe this was his way of subtly exposing that something did happen to him. Maybe looking out for Billie Eilish in this situation was him making sure history doesn't repeat itself. That same year, Justin dropped a song titled Lonely. On this song, he reflected on the dark side of growing up in the spotlight, how fame isolated him, how his mistakes were put on display.
I'm about to say word, because you, again, like, obviously, he was surrounded by fucking Diddy. Ugh. But, like, yeah, he wasn't with no friends and no junk like that. He didn't really get to be, like, a kid or a jit, bro, because, like, he was obviously always surrounded by heads, gotta get the next song out, gotta do this next show. Like, he wasn't really on no grounded junk. He wasn't busting it up, chopping it up with his mans. He wasn't doing no stupid junk, making jit mistakes. Like, he was always on some industry shit.
And how the industry watched him struggle without stepping in. Everybody knows my past now. Like my house was always made of glass. And maybe that's the price you pay for the money and fame at an early age.
Yeah.
And everybody saw me sick. And it felt like no one gave a shit. They criticized the things I did as an idiot kid. Was Justin speaking generally about the pressures of fame? Or was he alluding to something or someone from his past? You decide. And then came Diddy's arrest. The entire industry was shocked. There had always been whispers, allegations, quiet talk behind the scenes about Diddy's behavior, but this time the feds came down on him. One of the people many expected to speak out was Justin Bieber through the close relationship he had with Diddy, but instead he chose to stay silent.
And that's what I hate. I low-key want him to get a subpoena too. I need everybody to talk. I'm sorry, like, and I'm not even gonna look at Justin crazy. It's like, bro, yeah, you might have knew this jump, but you was a victim now. But Usher, nah. Usher, bro, you still got Jones going on. You was still friends with Diddy and associated with Diddy for years, decades, if not.
Verified reports. Justin has been keeping his distance from Diddy ever since his arrest.
Hell
a
yeah,
source even
too.
claimed he's been advised to stay as far away as possible. Despite his history
Hell
with
yeah.
Diddy, Bieber reportedly
Any human on the planet should stay as far away as possible from Diddy.
wants nothing to do with him. Now, while these claims haven't been confirmed, they wouldn't really be surprising. With everything going on, Justin has been focusing on his personal life, his family, and his newborn son. But behind the scenes, sources say this has been hard for him to process. His past with Diddy runs deep, and now it seems like he's doing everything he can to separate himself from it. And the question is, did P. Diddy do something to Justin? If so, what exactly did he do? That's
the shit I'm saying.
Our conversation is of course speculative, because from the outside looking in, we can never truly know. But what we do know is that Justin Bieber has been mistreated by many adults in the music industry. Over the years, he's been involved in countless situations.
Like, yo, what the fuck? I like how, like, shit I don't like, but as jits, no one really, like, paid attention to this shit, really. But now as, like a grown man or whatever the fuck, niggas would call me unk, but then my mom would call me a fucking baby. It's crazy. But, like, as a nigga who could freely think for themselves, I'm like, yo, this shit is wild. Like, looking at some of these music videos and shit from the past, I'm like, yo, what the fuck is going on here, low-key, though?
Where powerful figures have said and done questionable things to him.
Like, what the hell? Like, this nigga was, like, what, fucking 16, maybe? I don't fucking know, like...
As a kid, there are a few instances where Justin was actually essayed by well-known figures, stories that most people don't even know about. What makes it even worse? Well, some of these were caught on camera. Two in particular stand out, and the first one was an inappropriate conversation during his interview with James Corden.
Can I say this? Lean into me again. You smell amazing.
Hey, yo, nigga, what the fuck? Nah. I'll be like, yo, thanks, I got this cologne, but yo, back up, though. Shit crazy.
How old are you?
Thank you.
How old are you?
I'm 16. I'll be 17 in like 2 weeks.
I don't ever remember smelling that good at 16.
Nah, get the fuck out of here. I'll be like, nah. I'll be like, yo, that's you, though. Watch out.
That was bad. Yeah. Wow.
Watching a grown man make suggestive remarks to a 16-year-old kid like this,
like, yeah, watch out.
Absolutely disgusting and inappropriate.
Like, watch out, little nigga.
The second incident involves actress Jenny McCarthy, who literally essayed Justin Bieber on live television.
What the hell did she do?
This happened back in 2012 at the...
Yo, what the fuck? Nah, y'all trolling, bro. Yo, y'all trolling. This not funny, y'all trolling. Yo, when did this happen? Maybe I'm not tapped in enough, but when? Nah, this is bro.
The American Music Awards. She came up behind him, grabbed his neck, forced a kiss on him, and even grabbed his butt. Now the...
Ooh. I see the Cougs were getting active. I see I see the hag maxing is getting a little effective. I don't know. Not good. Not good ones. Yeah, nah, that's obviously weird and disgusting. Yeah, I don't know what heads be feeling, or they be feeling like this, like, I don't know, freaking yay sense of like I'm a god and think they're gonna not have consequences. But I don't know what she was on. She was she was feeling herself a little too much, or better yet, she wasn't even feeling herself because she was feeling him.
Question is, how exactly did her and so many other adults get away with the, shit they did to Justin?
That's what I'm
Wouldn't
saying.
be too crazy because, the entertainment industry has always been a demonic place. What makes this even worse is that when she was asked about it in an interview, McCarthy admitted to what she did. She even joked about it, calling it cougar grape.
How have you been enjoying the night so far?
Great. I just got to neck Justin Bieber and grab his butt. I want some Bieber fever. And I want a Bieber rash.
On it all.
It'd be like cougar rape.
What? Oh no, you could, bro. I'm gonna tell y'all right now. You could not say this in the Big 25. You shouldn't be able to say this ever, but you cannot say this in the Big 25. This is the, like, this would be the fastest speed run method strat on getting canceled. This right here would be it. This would be the one. Yo, what the fuck? Nah, bro.
Again, I have absolutely no clue how these adults got away with treating Justin Bieber like this, who was just a kid at the time. These are things that Justin Bieber had to go through, and in a lot of ways, it explains his behavior over the years. Because when you really think about it, some of the ways he acted could have been a trauma response to what was done to him. That's just my personal theory. Justin has always been seen as the problem. When Justin lashed out, when he was reckless, when he seemed out of control, he was ridiculed. Every mistake he made was turned into a headline. Every outburst was labeled
Swarmed the car. He said, "Yo, we gotta get out of here. Tack up."
As entitlement or bad behavior. But what if it was deeper than that? What if the real story wasn't about a spoiled pop star acting out, but a kid who grew up too fast in an industry that took his...
Nah, it's clear that he grew up way too fast. Again, like, he's literally been in this industry, John, since he was like, what, 10? Like 11 or some shit?
innocence away from him. I personally don't think that's too far-fetched, because when you kind of take a step back and look at the full picture, it all starts to make sense. Justin might have not been some rebellious pop star going through a, so-called bad boy phase. He was a kid who had been surrounded by powerful figures in the industry, some of whom clearly didn't have his
they didn't have his best interests at heart. And that's the same thing I'm saying about like Princess Amelia and like heads like that. Like these motherfuckers surrounding them do not got their best interests at heart. And when you're an impressible jit, heads could get you, like, not to do anything but whatever, John, that get more attention on you, more clout to your name, more money to your shit, like more money to your pocket. Like, you just gonna do that, John. So yeah. And that's very clearly what happened with Justin, and we could see the repercussions. He's going through all the remorse and shit now.
Best interest at heart. And that, of course, brings us to Diddy. From the very beginning, Diddy took a special interest in Justin. The extravagant gifts, the 48-hour mentorship, it all seemed like an industry cosign at the time. But looking back, was it really just that, or was there something deeper going on behind the scenes? Then years later, we see Bieber break down in an interview, talking about wanting to protect another young artist, Billie Eilish, from the same things he went through. And now, in the wake of Diddy's arrest, he's reportedly distancing himself completely, staying silent, and doing everything he can to separate himself from that past. It's not hard to see why. Whatever happened behind closed doors, Justin clearly wants no part of it anymore. The truth is, we may never know. But what we do know is that Justin Bieber's rise to fame wasn't as glorious as it seemed. And when you connect the dots, his silence on Diddy might just speak louder than any statement ever could. If you made it this far, you can't leave this video without dropping a like. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you're new here, my name is Blackie Speaks. Nice to meet you. Thank you for subscribing, and welcome to the family. Any thoughts on this conversation surrounding Diddy, Justin Bieber, and what Diddy what did he do to him? Really curious to hear what you guys have to say, and I'll catch you in the comment section below. But most importantly of all, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace. I'm out. Deuces.
You already know what it is. Like I was saying, shout out, shout out, love. Blackie Speaks. We got Diddy and Justin Bieber. What did Diddy do to him? Of course, you guys want to watch the OG video without the Trilla Yap down in the description. First link, like I said, go share the love with Blackie Speaks, baby. You know what I'm saying? Making the good bits out of here. It was a really good video too. I ain't gonna lie, this y'all had me engaged because that one part was absolutely crazy. Yeah, final opinions and conjecture. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, P Diddy Dizzler, we gonna see you later. Like always, I'll be seeing you when your trial happens. I ain't gonna lie, me and the boss, links in the description, you know what I'm saying? Go check us out, you know, go check our page out there. Also, go check out the other socials. I might start posting on there. I might not, who knows? I ain't gonna lie, but check them out too, baby. Would appreciate it. I ain't gonna lie. Shout out y'all, you know what I'm saying? Community sharing love. But yeah, whenever your trial start out, me and the boss will be there right for you, brother. I ain't gonna lie, we will be milking your trial. That will be, you know what I'm saying, a fun spectacle to go over that once more. Realistically, no, Diddy's terrible. Yeah, within this, yeah, I'm hoping Justin Bieber though is like gonna get through all this trauma and all that, especially being in the industry for so long, being around heads like Diddy, you know what I'm saying, not again having your best interests at heart and just honestly being predatory towards you and a shitload of other people. Like, yeah, I could imagine he went through a lot of demons, and I don't even want to know what was going down at the Flavor Camp. Ridiculous! Ridiculous! Cannot believe it. You already know how that goes. But yeah, now I'm really hoping that Justin Bieber, honestly, like through his mental, because again, he got his wife, you know what I'm saying, they just had a kids, like he's gonna be able to focus more on his family and more his own personal John than like worried about fucking having ties to Diddy and all that shit that happened to him when he was a jit and all that, right? It's just, this is all around terrible, but he probably gonna be alright, at least we'll hope. But other than that, again, shout out and share the love with Blackie Speaks, baby, and I'm finna catch y'all on the flip. Peace.